Hey Nurse Family, Nurse Erica here, and in 5 minutes, I'm going to give you 5 effective ways to prepare for your finals. I want to start by saying congratulations on getting to the end of the semester. I know you feel like you're ready to die at this point, or maybe you don't. Maybe you feel really strong, and good for you if you do. I hope you do. But this is the end. This is the Super Bowl. This is your Super Bowl, so we're not going to give up. We're going to really dig deep here, give it everything we have so we have no regrets, okay? No regrets. All right. So tip number one. Tip number one is you need to get your calendar out and you need to look at how many exams you have coming up and on what days you have each exam. So we're going to look at which exams we have, how many exams we have, and if we have any projects coming up, we're going to get those all on the calendar, okay? Part of tip number one is now we need to rank each of those courses. So we're going to rank each course by either level of difficulty or the amount of time that you feel you need to dedicate to each of those courses. So you might have 4 courses that you have finals for. So you need to rank them based on, okay, which one do I know requires a lot of my time? And which one do I know that maybe I didn't do as well as I had hoped in those previous exams, so I know that I really need to spend a lot of time studying, okay? So that's the first thing we're going to do. The next thing we're going to do is now look at each course, and based on either your syllabus, your topical outline in your syllabus, or if your teacher was gracious enough to give you a little bit of a finals blueprint, you're going to start to look at the topics that are on the exam and think about, reflect on how well you performed on previous exams on those topics. And again, you're going to rank those and highlight them based on level of difficulty and which ones you did really well on. Not to say that we're going to leave any material out, but when you're creating your study plan, you're going to want to maybe think about, do I want to first cover the material that was really easy for me because I know that's going to be a quick review, or do I want to cover the material that I know I really struggled with and spend more time on that? For me, my biggest suggestion would be to kind of give both attention each day. Okay, so this leads me to tip number 3, which was, for some reason, I'm so weird, was my favorite. I think it's just because I'm a very visual person and I like to see how efficient I'm being. So I used to like to, in the morning, create an hourly outline on how I was going to spend my day studying. So for example, I might say, okay, I'm going to wake up really early, which at that time was like 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'll wake up really early at 8, have breakfast from about 8 to 8:30, and then, okay, I'm going to sit from 8:30 to 12, I'm going to sit and study. And then from 12 to 1, that's my free time. So I'm going to have lunch and I'm going to do something that helps me relieve my stress. So maybe that's watch a show that I want to watch, or exercise, or whatever it is, right? And then from 1 to 3, I'm going to study, and then from 3 to 4 I'm going to have another little break. And that really helped me to see how effective and how efficient I was with my time. You're not always going to stick to the hourly time. You might go over, you might go under, but it's at least an outline to kind of help carry your day. Now, the one tip that I didn't mention in 1 and 2 is that nursing school, you cannot cram. So when you're thinking about ranking your courses and ranking the topic in each course and creating this hourly schedule, we are going to give each topic a time slot. So for example, if I have, let's say I'm studying for Patho-Pharm and I'm studying for Med-Surg, I'm not going to wait for my Patho-Pharm exam to be done to then start studying for Med-Surg. What I'm going to want to do is, in that hourly outline, I'm going to say how many hours I'm going to be studying for my Patho, how many hours I'm going to study for my Pharm, okay? The other thing that I must mention is, you might decide to either study based on the amount of time you feel each topic needs, how difficult you think each topic is, or I used to like to maybe start with the test 1 first, because I know that was in the beginning of the semester, so I'm probably not, I probably forgot a couple of the things from that topic. So I used to like to study from test 1 and then test 2 and test 3. If you didn't see my video on how to study for nursing exams, you can see how I kind of divided my binder so that it was easy for me to do that. So now let's go to step 4. So step 4 is how I'm actually going to study, right? So now that I have my outline and I know what I need to focus on and I know how many hours I'm going to spend studying, I need to think about, well, how am I going to study? And everybody studies a little bit differently. I always like to study by myself. And then at the end, once I felt like I really reviewed everything, I would maybe get together with 1 or 2 friends and kind of practice NCLEX style questions with them and then review that topic and just kind of debate on each topic. Some people like to study in groups, and that's fine. You have to really know what kind of what's the most effective way for you to study. Now, by myself, what I like to do is at this point would only use my PowerPoints and my notes. And that is because throughout the semester, I was already retrieving everything that I needed to retrieve from the textbook. So again, review that video on how to study for nursing exams where I kind of tell you how to pull from your textbook. So I'm not in the textbook anymore unless I'm reviewing a topic and I'm really still not understanding it. Then I know that I need to go back into that chapter or those paragraphs and retrieve some information that's hopefully going to clarify what I'm not understanding. Once I study a topic, then I would spend the rest of the day just practicing NCLEX style question. And that is the number 1 tip that I'm going to give you in this video. You need to study NCLEX style questions, okay? Studying NCLEX style questions and reviewing the rationales for why you did or did not answer it correctly is going to help you prepare for taking nursing exams and taking the NCLEX. That is going to allow you to see what are you struggling with, and then reading the rationale will help you to understand why it isn't and is correct. There's also a common theme with a lot of these questions, so it really gets you more comfortable answering NCLEX style questions. The last tip that I'm going to give you is a combination of things that you've probably already heard before. You really need to get a good night's rest. It is also very important for you to eat something nutritious that's going to give you good energy, okay? And to hydrate. And lastly, I just want to tell you that after you've put all the work in and you've done everything that you can do, just trust yourself. Go in there, take a nice big deep breath, and go in there and knock it out the park because you worked very hard. Trust yourself, believe in yourself, and when you do well on your exam, come back in the comment section and let me know that you finished and successfully completed your semester. I wish you guys all the best of luck. God bless, work hard, finish strong. Bye-bye.